Good evening, everyone, and hope you're all doing good. But before we get started, I'd like to invite you all to close your eyes. Closing your eyes is great, but let me warn you, this isn't a TED lullaby, nor a TED bedtime story. So if you start dreaming, make sure it's about ideas worth sharing. Have you all closed your eyes? Yeah. Great. Imagine you're in a library. Can you see yourselves there? You enter the library, and you're heading to the 5th floor. However, to your surprise, you discover that there's a long queue of people waiting for the lift. So what do? You take the stairs. You head towards the stairs, you climb the first step, and then you make it to the 1st floor. You feel so proud. You feel so excited. You even question, did I actually need that lift at the end of the day? Then you get to the 2nd floor, and then you start to question, am I really going to make it to this 5th floor? And eventually, if you make it to the 3rd floor, and you're like me, you take a break. The break is much needed. You sit down, relax, and then you pick yourself up, and you again go to the 4th floor. And eventually, you make it to the 5th floor. You get to the 5th floor, you're all so excited, you run through the corridor, walk around, go to the shelf, look for the book that you've been looking for a long period of time, browse through the shelf, and there you got it. The book you're looking for, titled Resilience, A Life of Endurance. You pick the book, flick through the pages, do a little skim read, and then you start to question, who actually wrote this book? To your surprise, you are the author, and this is your story. You may now open your eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Comfort, and welcome to my TED Talk, Resilience Reimagined, 5 Steps to Thrive from Square One. I'll be taking you on a comfortable journey towards using resilience as a tool for your future. But before we go into that, I want you to think, what would the first chapter of your book look like? Picture the tone, the narrative. What would the cover of your book look like? Picture that photo, that image that has been sitting in your gallery and never made it to the ground. Think about the outfits, the colors. Think of a moment in your life that was marked by resilience. For me, it was when my dad had a health challenge. As the oldest daughter of 4 children, I found myself shouldering responsibilities beyond my years. I navigated a blur of early morning shifts, late night shifts, weekend shifts, and many more other shifts. And as a result of this, by the end of the academic year, I was rushed to the hospital. This was a wake-up call for me. It was a moment where I had to confront my reality. My unrelenting pursuits for success had come at the expense of my own health. However, just as a book cannot rewrite its own pages, I could not rewrite my past. As a result of this chapter, I emerged with renowned, understanding and resilience. I bring in mind that I feel more comfortable to go back to the drawing board, feel more comfortable to going back to square one. For you, what is that moment in your life that's marked by resilience? Is it the loss of a family member? Is it that job application they have kept on failing? Or is it that exam that's too hard? So the same way you had to climb 5 floors to get to your book, we'll be unveiling 5 strategic measures to get to resilience, to build that resilience future. However, in order to achieve this, you first need to join my Telegram community, buy my ebook, and do many other. And that's going to be roughly £259. Yeah, without tax, I don't think so. But you know what? Just breathe, relax, before you start considering your financial decisions. Resilience, unlike my imaginary subscription, is free of charge. It's a gift that we will explore together. So let's get started. The first step, look at the stairs. For some of us, especially those at university, the stairs are a metaphor for our goals, for our degrees. We all want to finish our degrees. However, if you're someone who's here for a good time and not a long time, it depends on you. However, for those of us who are no longer at university, the stairs are a metaphor for the job that we want, the house that we want, everything that we've always desired. Research in positive psychology underscores that goal setting fosters resilience. One of the works by scholars in University of America, it talks about the idea of and the notion of being able to set goals in order to foster that resilience, being able to set those goals in order to overcome those setbacks. Through being able to set goals and being able to look forward, we're able to see everything. We're able to see the curbs, the bumps, the obstacles, the challenges, everything. Well, true, not everything. Because if I had seen I need to do 36,000 words and 12 essays, 12 exams, I would have doubted my degree. I would have reconsidered whether to do law. The most important thing is look at the end goal. It's so important. It's so key. That's the only thing that is pushing you forward to go to that next level. On to the next step. Climb the stairs. Believe it or not, there's a work that needs to be done. There's an action that needs to be executed. There's a goal that needs to be worked on. We need to climb the stairs. In order to thrive from square one, we need to leave square one. It is really important to conduct that work. It's really important to make that work happen. For me, a personal example that really showed me this was during my time when I moved to the UK. I was 16 at the time, and I had two decisions between redoing year 10 or doing year 11. And you know what? I did the most reasonable thing everyone would do. No, I decided to do both. I decided to do year 11 during school and year 10 coursework. As a result of this, I was able to put myself in a very precarious situation. I would not recommend it for anyone. But through the situation, I thought I was the best. I thought I was doing a great job. I thought I was going to ace it. I thought, wow, this is going to be great. I'm going to be on the news and everything. But unfortunately, that was not the instance because guess what? Mocks came. And with mocks came exams. And then I did my exams, and this was so difficult. I thought, okay, let me do the exams. I'm going to thrive. I'm going to do well. And I thought I was going to get 8s and 9s. Unfortunately, my exam was like a plot twist. I got not 9s, not 8s, but my entire report card equated to a 9. Can you imagine? But through this instance, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do the work. I'm going to make that effort. I'm going to push harder. I decided to go to my teachers, send past papers, do more exams, use feedback, work on that feedback. And the result, I can tell you guys, it paid off. It really paid off. I was featured as a high achiever in my local newspaper. So now, guys, you have to do the work. We're already 17 days into the new year. How many of you are like, oh, well, new year, new me? Okay, do you know, let me even ask a more personal question. Raise up your hand if your New Year's resolution, your New Year's goal is looking with you with a side eye. Come on, let's go. Honest in the room. Yes. Well, it's so good to see that honest in the room. But you know what? Let's just embrace that. Let's just take up that challenge. Let's just work on those goals that we do set up to ourselves. And now, on to my third step. Don't climb the stairs alone. The truth is that in this day and age, we have this narrative of hustle and grind, do it all alone, is lonely at the top, but that doesn't need to be a reality. It's so important that God has blessed us with an amazing community and an amazing set of people besides us that we're able to help them, we're able to walk through it with them. I could count of the countless of times my friends, my families have been there for me. From moments of great joy, to moments of great sadness, to moments where, unfortunately to say, I was the one that put myself in that trouble. But you know that the real friends are those who are there to help you. They're those who are there to help you throughout this period of trial, throughout the period of setback, throughout the periods of issues. They're so important. They play a significant role. As you emerge from a period of setback, it's so important to have friends to bring on the way. Friends give you support. Friends give you accountability. Research has shown that, according to Dr. Matthews, who talks about the idea that friends who share goals and share setbacks between each other, they're able to help themselves. They're on average, say, 3% more successful. So if you don't have friends, please, I do advise to make friends. Because on the path of stairs, when you climb those stairs, you're not going to climb those stairs alone. You make friends along the way. You meet people who you'll be able to turn into friends. And if you climb those stairs, and unfortunately it doesn't make sense, I'm here. I'm here for you guys. I'm more than happy to be your friend. Consider this an open invitation to friendship. And now into my fourth step. Take a break. Relax. It's not the end of the world. These are things that I'd have loved to hear when I'm becoming a setback. You don't need to run on the stairs or else you fall. And I can tell you guys, the amount of times I have fallen several times from the stairs, maybe a bit too much. Wow, too many times. But it's so important that you take a break in those times. Taking a break has many and significant benefits, from enhancement of productivity, creativity, reduction of stress, and the list goes on significantly. But what I'm here to tell you within this message is so important, take a break, but don't give up. I know it's easier said than done, but I feel like there are instances in life whereby you need to keep going. You need to keep pursuing. You need to keep working hard, unfortunately. And being able to like reflect and narrate from those moments and take a break and pick yourself back up is so important. I do believe that in situations where life do challenges, the best thing to do is keep going. And this leads to my previous point about keep going with a strong community, a strong network, what I like to call my friends and family, who God has really blessed me with them. And now to my final step. Learn from your steps. It's so important to learn from the previous setbacks, from the moments of anxieties, from the moments of like different life occurrences. In the grand staircase of life, there is this inevitable question that echoes in the back of our minds. What happens if we fall? It's a question that often holds us back. But I would like to give you a perspective shift. What if instead of dreading the fall, we actually took notes on how to rise again, on how to walk again, on how to thrive again, on how to be able to walk from that situation? Do we have any lawyers or any future lawyers in the room? Don't worry, it's not about to turn into suits. Not even how to get away with murder. But I remember in my first year, I was so ambitious. I was like, oh, I need to secure an internship. I want to have like a training contract by my first year. And guys, it did not happen. In my first year, I made so many mistakes, such as submitting one application to 12 law firms. Like, make it make sense. That was a silly idea. But through learning from the mistakes I made in my first year round of applications, I was able to use them for my second year. I was able to build on those skills. I was able to go to more networking events, attend more case studies, and do more different things. And as a result of that, my second year, I finished with 5 vacation schemes and a training contract at an elite law firm. But what I'm trying to say is that it's so important to like learn from previous mistakes, learn from like life occurrences. I think something that is so beautiful about setbacks and obstacles in life is being able to use those to guide yourself, to create like a book or like things to know how to get up, how to rise up again. So what happens if you fall? You rise up, armed with a blueprint of victories, a mindful pace and wisdom from previous setbacks. It's not about reaching to the top, or it's not about going higher, but it's about transforming every fall into a stepping stone of resilience, into a stone for a resilient and ever-triumphant future. So with that in mind, let me recap it. Look at the stairs, climb the stairs. Don't climb the stairs alone, believe me. Take a break and learn from those steps. And with that in mind, are you ready to go back to square one? Are you ready to go back to that drawing room? I'll be here. I'll be rooting for you all the way. You've got this. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.